They're still going. Peyton Pritchard. Boston shot 86% from three in the first quarter. Tried to 86 the Knicks on their home court early. Up 16 after one. To the second quarter. Knicks down 19 now. Karl Anthony Towns battling with Luke Cornett and comes away holding the hand, which was already wrapped a little bit. And then a little bit later, gets the shot to go and the foul. But again, grabbing at that hand after the play. And you see him saying, I broke it. He was asked about that post-game.
Did you get an X-ray or anything?
I'm going to let them tell you that. What happens in this locker room stays in the locker room.
I'll take that as a yes. Yes, I did get an X-ray. We'll see what happens. Under 3 minutes left in the quarter. Tatum again, straightaway three. Celtics up by 20. Last minute of the half. Jaylen Brown knocked in another one. He had 19. Celtics up by 25 points at the half, and they really never wavered. There was no comeback. There was no rally from the home squad. Peyton Pritchard again. New playoff career high with 23. Celtics by 29. Then the 38-year-old Al Horford defending his position. Here's Jaylen Brown with the reaction to that block.
I got 5 kids. Yeah, Al, I got 5 kids.
Yes, Al does have 5 kids, really. He's productive on and off the floor. And then Brown to Tatum, his 5th three, 22 points. Celtics routed the Knicks at MSG. No late wobbles, no let up for the champs in this one.
We won in the quarters, and we didn't have 11 live ball turnovers. I can't stress to you the importance of not throwing the ball to the other team so they get out in transition. You don't get into the journey for it to be easy. So it's been dark, but in a good way.
Dark? How dark? Like, what's that mean?
I mean, like, you just got to tap into your darkness, and that's it. Like, so we got to do it, and that's it.
If you want to be special, if you want to be great, you got to win some games on the road. But more importantly, it's just about responding, right? We want to be perfect. We want to, win every game. But, I'm not perfect. And there's times where, I've needed to play better. I've needed to do more. And, that's what comes with being, that guy.
Everything that we need to do has to be done with more intensity, more urgency, more force. Just from that standpoint, like, it's not anything schematically. It's more, do we want it? And tonight, obviously, that wasn't the answer. They're a great team. They have the experience. They're the defending champs. They have all that. I just don't think we want to be in the hole, a 20-point hole each game. It's not going to suit us well.
Boston's poor three-point shooting, very much a talking point through the first two, but the Celtics knocked down 20 of 43s in Game 3. Back of the envelope math tells me that's right around 50%. It's also the Celtics' most makes in any playoff game this postseason. In the first two, Boston made a combined 25 threes on exactly 100 attempts. Again, I got that as 25%, Nicole.
Good math.
Thanks.
I do think there is some...
Ooh, man, the Celtics. I know my baby watching, she been talking about the Celtics. She all happy, bouncing off the walls because the Celtics won today. I told you, listen, the Knicks let you have this one. They let you have it. They let you have it in the Garden. So don't be too happy because the series will end in 3 more games.
Yeah, with Boston taking.
You don't want. Oh, whoa! Wait, whose side you on?
I ain't on no side. I just think what you call it. Let me get this. The Celtics win. They crushed the Knicks 115 to 93. They had 71 points at the half, and it really was never threatened after that. They got 6 guys with them. They had Jayson Tatum had 22 and 9 and 7. Al Horford had his best game of the postseason, 15-9. Derek White had 17. Jaylen Brown had 19. But the leading scorer was off the bench with Peyton Pritchard, 8 of 16, 5 of 10, 2 of 2. He had 23 big points off the bench as they used a balanced attack to rout. They was 48% from the field. They was 50% from the three-point line, 20 of 40, 15 of 17 from the free throw line. They did a great job all around, and they win going away. Who did it? Jalen Brunson did have 27 points, but he was 9 of 21. Cat, 5 of 18. He had 21 and 15. Josh Hart had 10. Mikal Bridges had 12. But it was not nearly enough. This game was never really close, Joe.
And I don't understand. We at home. You got an opportunity I'm talking about we. The Knicks are at home and have an opportunity, to kind of really put this series away, right? They kind of do. So I think about it. I think about it the past 2 games. You know what? At one point in both games, the goddamn Celtics was up by 20. So I don't know why in my mind the thought, even though they playing in the Garden, that maybe they would be able to hold the Celtics and somewhat keep the game close. But again, the Celtics, man, they just shooting and scoring at will. And then the lead, there it is. Okay, it's back up to 20. So I'm watching the game. I'm like, okay, it's up to 20. Hell, it was at 25 at one point. I'm like, you know, okay, this is the game that the Knicks like to play. They let them get a lead, let them get right, let them get, you know, in arm's reach, and then they come back and they run them on down. It was never able to happen today. And I thought maybe the Knicks would have played a little better. Cat would have been a little bit more efficient. Jalen Brunson did what he could, but defensively, hey, they corralled him, They contested everything, and they made it very, very difficult for Bronson. I'm not sure how many turnovers he had, but he turned the ball over a few times. That goddamn Peyton Pritchard, boy. Hey.
Now you see why he won Sixth Man of the Year.
But listen, he won Sixth Man of the Year, but he's supposed how many teams in the NBA? 30 teams in the NBA, right? I think he should be starting somewhere else. And not coming off nobody goddamn bench, not playing away, not what I saw tonight. You know, I ain't really paid, you know, brother Pritchard really no mind. I really focus on Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and goddamn Jayson Tatum and what they gonna do. But wasn't Peyton Pritchard today, man? He had 23 with 8 for 15. He was 5 for 10 from 3. Man, he was nice. The Boston guards, they torched Knicks from deep, and shit, it was all over. Especially with the way they would shoot tonight, it was all over.
Yeah, I mean that's what. In that look, they didn't shoot the 60. They shot the same amount of threes that they shot in Game 2. The difference is they made half of them. And you know, if you turn it into a 3-point game and you're going to shoot, you're going to make 20, 22, 25 threes. It's going to be hard unless the team matched that. You see, the Knicks was 5 of 25, 20%. So they plus 45 from the 3-point line on you.
That's crazy.
Where you going to make that up?
I mean, there's
now again, Ocho. I will say this: they got to the free throw line. The Celtics shot 15 free throws. The Knicks shot 35. So you're plus 18 in free throw attempts, but you're only a plus 9 in free throw makes. One team was 15 or 17. The other team was 24 or 35. But this is what we know. The Celtics did a better job of closing out the third quarter. Because what had happened in second quarter, they were not closing out the quarters. And so they have these big leads, Ocho, and now all of a sudden Boston go on a run, and now all of a sudden they've closed the distance on you. Now they got confidence. They start the fourth on a 6-0, 7-0 run. And at one point in time, it was a 20-point lead. They closed out the third on a 11-2 run, and now they go on a 7. Now all of a sudden it's a 5-point game. Now, damn, what happened? That team got confidence. You're kind of reeling because you just had this big lead. You're like, here we go again. But I got to give the Celtics a lot of credit. They held their composure. They held their pose. The Knicks tried to make a little run. You know, they were at 25. And next thing you know, they cut it to 17. Mazzulla called a timeout. They pushed it right back to 23. So, look, they're the champs for a reason. Big Al Horford, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from the 3-point line, 4th all-time in playoff games with 2 blocks and 2+ threes.
They got lucky.
This is what he gives you. This is what he's capable of giving you. This is what you expect for him to give you. Porzingis, he had a couple of blocks. He had 3 blocks, had 19 minutes. He was 5 of 6 from the free throw line, gave you 5 points. Of him like he did in the first game.
Went away from
with the first game or maybe the second game. But he had that on the block and he did a number on Allen. Hey, Al ain't been in the league this long for nothing now. He understands, and he's going back and watching tape and see where Cat got the best of him. He's like, okay, I'm gonna send you to your weakness. I ain't gonna let you play to your strength. But give Al credit, give the Celtics credit because they came out with a singular focus. That was to dominate this game. They got off to the great start. They had 36 in the first quarter. They got 35 in the second quarter, 71 at the half, And once they got to that, they didn't look back. They were able to relax. They closed out the quarters, and they just knocked down the shots that were open. I don't think they did anything different. They just knocked down shots when they were open. They knocked those shots down, and they were able to close out quarters.
Most definitely. That was it. I mean, hell, once they came out of the half, Boston outscored the Knicks by 16 in the second half. And damn bench outscored the Knicks 42-23. At that point, it's really no answer for the Knicks when they playing that well.
Nope.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại kênh YouTube của mình. Mình hiện làm người làm video sáng tạo nội dung trên nền tảng YouTube nha các bạn. Mình sẽ sáng tạo những video hướng dẫn cắt dán cho các bạn này. Đây là những sản phẩm của mình đã cắt dán rất nhiều những sản phẩm của mình đây này. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn cách mình tạo ra